Are you watching too much doom and gloom from other preppers? Hello, it's Greg once again from Bug Out Gear Layouts and Tactics Facebook page and UrbanSafetySurvival.net. Back with another video. Late at night, scrolling through your phone, that blue light illuminating a worried face. You see thumbnail after thumbnail. Economic collapse imminent. 10 items that will vanish forever. The grid is going down tomorrow. It's a constant, relentless barrage of fear. Why does everyone seem to push the doom and gloom in everything they put out? It feels like a competition to see who can paint the bleakest picture of the future. The simple answer? It works. It hijacks our brain's natural threat detection system. Well, the truth is, keeping everyone scared, worried, and anxious. That constant state of high alert, flooding your system with cortisol, it gets clicks. It drives engagement. Fear is a powerful motivator. And in the world of online content, it's also a powerful commodity. It makes people money, and to most, it's all about making money. Every click on a terrifying headline generates ad revenue. Every link to a must-have military-grade gadget that you need to survive is often an affiliate link, earning them a commission. They are selling you a feeling of security, but it's packaged in a box of pure panic. And the more scared you are, the more you click, the more you watch, and the more you buy. It's a vicious cycle designed to profit from your anxiety. But here is the thing: what happens when what they keep saying is going to happen never does? When the world doesn't end next Tuesday, and the global economic system, while shaky, doesn't completely implode on the predicted date? This leads to something called prepper burnout. You've spent thousands of dollars you didn't have on gear you don't know how to use, for a scenario that never materialized. They still made their money, and you, well, you're probably deep in debt. You're left with a garage full of expensive stuff, a maxed out credit card, and a profound sense of exhaustion. And the worst part? Many people in this situation just give up entirely. They become disillusioned with the whole idea of preparedness, leaving themselves and their families just as vulnerable as when they started, if not more so. That's why all we want is for you to start preparing yourself and your family for hard times now while you can. We believe preparedness isn't about fear. It's about peace of mind. It's about taking calm, rational, and sustainable steps to build resilience. It's about empowerment, not panic. Let's start with the absolute foundation of any plan: food. Forget the exotic, expensive freeze-dried meals for a moment. The golden rule is simple: store what you eat and eat what you store. Begin by building a 3-day supply of non-perishable food for everyone in your household. This is your buffer for a simple power outage or a storm that keeps you home. Once you have that, aim for a week, then 2 weeks, then a month. Think about the meals your family actually enjoys: pasta and jarred sauce, rice and beans, canned chicken or tuna, peanut butter, oats, canned soups, and stews. Every time you go to the grocery store, just buy a few extra of these items. Create a dedicated space in a cool, dark, dry place: a pantry, a closet, under a bed. And crucially, rotate your stock. When you buy a new can of beans, put it at the back and move the oldest one to the front to be used. This way, nothing goes to waste and your supply is always fresh. And please, don't forget a manual can opener. Next up is water, which is even more critical than food. The standard guideline is 1 gallon of water per person per day, half for drinking and half for basic hygiene and sanitation. The easiest way to start is by buying commercially bottled water and storing it. It's safe, sealed, and has a long shelf life. You can also sanitize and reuse 2-liter soda bottles. Just wash them thoroughly with soap and water, rinse well, and fill them with tap water. For larger scale storage, you can look into food-grade water bricks or barrels. But storing water is only half the battle. You also need a way to make questionable water safe to drink. A high-quality portable water filter, like a Sawyer Mini or a Life Straw, is an incredible and affordable investment. They can filter thousands of gallons of water. Water purification tablets are another great lightweight option for your emergency kits. And in a true pinch, you can always boil water. Bringing it to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute will kill most harmful pathogens. Slowly but surely, if everyone gets a little prepared each and every day, by taking these small, manageable steps, You build a foundation of security without the anxiety or the debt. And you don't have to do it alone. There's a pervasive myth in the prepping world of the lone wolf survivor, a rugged individualist who single-handedly fends off the apocalypse. That's a fantasy. In reality, our greatest strength has always been our community. The better off we would all be if we worked together. Get to know your neighbors. Do you know who on your street is a nurse, a mechanic, a skilled gardener? You have a generator, maybe your neighbor has a chainsaw. By simply knowing each other and building trust at crisis, you create a powerful support network. You can share resources, skills, and watch out for one another. That's infinitely more valuable than the most expensive bunker. Think about it. No one knows what tomorrow will bring. The world is an uncertain place, but we can't live our lives in a constant state of panic about things we can't control. And when we say shit hits the fan, it doesn't only mean World War III or a zombie apocalypse. For most of us, a personal SHTF event is far more likely. It could mean just about anything from job loss to Mother Nature bringing her A game in the next storm and everything in between. It could be a sudden, unexpected medical emergency that drains your savings. It could be a fire or flood that forces you to evacuate your home with only a few minutes' notice. It could be a prolonged power outage in the dead of winter, or a boil water advisory that lasts for a week. These are the real, everyday disasters that preparedness helps you navigate with confidence instead of chaos. This is where having a plan makes all the difference. Sit down with your family and create a simple emergency plan. Figure out 2 meeting places, one right outside your home and another outside your neighborhood in case of a wider evacuation. Designate an out-of-state contact person that everyone can call to check in with, as long-distance calls are often easier to make than local ones during an emergency. Make digital and physical copies of your important documents. Birth certificates, social security cards, passports, insurance policies. Keep the physical copies in your go bag and the digital ones on a secure, encrypted USB drive. Being prepared doesn't mean buying every last roll of toilet paper from the store. That's panic buying, driven by fear. It means being prepared for anything life throws your way. And that preparedness is as much about your mindset as it is about your supplies. This is where mental resilience comes in. It's the ability to stay calm, think clearly, and adapt when things go wrong. You build this resilience not by worrying, but by practicing. Use your gear. Go camping and cook a meal on your camp stove. Practice basic first aid. The more you build your skills, the more your confidence will grow, and that confidence will be your most valuable asset in a crisis. Manage your stress now with exercise, hobbies, and time with loved ones so you have the mental fortitude to handle stress later. So, what about the big prepper tropes? $30,000 bunker out of your reach? Yeah, mine too, but don't worry, especially if you have a good, strong basement. A basement can be an excellent shelter-in-place location. It's below ground, offering protection from storms and a more stable temperature. You can reinforce it and stock it with your supplies, creating a safe and accessible retreat for your family without breaking the bank. Or better yet, a trailer a good distance away from your closest large urban center. A small camper or trailer can be a fantastic bug-out option, giving you a mobile shelter with its own power and sanitation systems. But if you can't make it out of the city, there are still ways for you to survive and even thrive. Urban preparedness is a skill set all its own. Yes, I know everyone says you need to get out of the cities now. The common advice is to flee to the countryside at the first sign of trouble. But think about it, where is everyone going to go? Imagine millions of people trying to leave a major metropolitan area at the same time. The roads will be gridlocked within minutes. Gas stations will run dry. It would be chaos. Suburban sprawl is just going to turn the suburbs into large cities too. The idea of a peaceful rural homestead is wonderful, but for the vast majority of people, it's not a realistic option. So, let's focus on what is realistic. Preparing right where you are. If you live in an apartment, you can still be incredibly well prepared. Use your balcony for container gardening to grow fresh herbs and vegetables. Store water in slim water bricks that can fit in a closet, or use a device like a water bob to turn your bathtub into a 100-gallon emergency water reservoir. Know your building's fire escape routes and emergency plans. And most importantly, build a community within your building. So, prepare any way possible and where possible, just prepare. Whether you're in a high-rise apartment, a suburban house, or a rural farm, the principles are the same. Start small. Focus on the most likely disasters for your area. Build your skills, your supplies, and your community, one day at a time. Preparedness is a journey, not a destination. It's about taking back control from the fearmongers and creating your own security, your own peace of mind. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more tips and stay prepared. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with others who want to be prepared. Stay safe, stay smart, and remember, preparedness is peace of mind.